Hello people of the internet and welcome to day 4 of 31 days of Halloween makeup extravaganza. My hair clip broke. I opened my drawer, I took it out of the drawer, and the finger was just snapped. I have no idea how it happened. Anyways, let's move on. We're going to be using the Benefit 24-hour brow setter, just like clear brow gel, and then we're going to be hopping in with some Ben Nye nose and scar wax, and we're going to roll it out into a little worm and make that into a circle, shape it so it's going to fit around our eyes. Then we're going to take some liquid latex. We're going to apply that around the lower part of the circle just to really use it as an adhesive to keep the scar wax in place, because yes, it can stick to your skin just by using the heat of your skin, but that doesn't work too great for me because I am chronically cold all the time. So now I'm just using the body heat from my finger to try and really start working the wax into my skin to get rid of the harsh line, and this is where the Vaseline that I showed you earlier comes into place. I'm using a ton of Vaseline. My cat is purring right next to my microphone. There's so many animal noises the past few videos. Anyways, yeah, just Vaseline, use that. It makes it so much easier to really smooth everything out and get rid of any lumps and bumps and ridges and all that good fun stuff. And then I also use the back of my spatula once I have some Vaseline all over the scar wax to really smooth it super good. And I cut out so much footage of me smoothing this down. It takes a while. You just gotta really work it. It's so much easier to do stuff like this on other people because I can like see directly in front of me versus having to look into a mirror. And most of the days I'm wearing my glasses and I don't have my contacts in, so I can't even see the mirror in front of me, which is why I always have this handheld mirror in front of my face. Anyways, just blend that onto your face and get it how you'd like to get it. And yeah, next up, grab your face paint palette. I'm using this Mehron Paradise face paint palette. And then I'm just taking the black shade and I am filling in the inner bits of the eyes. We're making little mouths over top of our eyes, or circles, or I don't really know what exactly you'd want to call this look, but yeah, we're just painting the inside black to add some depth in there. Once I'm finished with the paint, I then decided to go back in with my liquid latex just to really seal everything against my face, because obviously this shade of scar wax is much more yellow than my skin, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna cover it with some makeup and blend it in a little bit better. Did I accidentally definitely 100% pick a shade of makeup that doesn't match my skin? Yes, but we'll get to that in a second. We're not there yet. So I just layer up the latex using a Q-tip to apply it until I get a smoother look. This isn't necessary, I just knew I was going to be not super gentle on this once I started painting it. Once the liquid latex dries down, I take my Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade Creamy Neutral, and I just powder over top of the liquid latex so it's not tacky, and then I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral, and then I'm going to apply that over the top. So then I realized foundation would definitely be better for this job, so I grabbed this Becca Ultimate Coverage Foundation in the shade Driftwood. I'm pretty sure this is discontinued. This is just an old little sample that I had sitting in my foundation drawer. So that is what I used. It is definitely, like I said earlier, not my shade at all. It is much too dark and much too yellow tone for me. But I'm not wearing this look out and about, so like, it is what it is. I don't get tan. I'm not tan. It just, you know. Anyways, continuing on, blending that all over my whole face because it's very different than my actual skin tone. I felt super yellow, so then I went back in with that Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer just to lighten up a little bit to make my face not so one-dimensional, even though it ends up being one-dimensional. And then I went back in with a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me powder. Then I decided after applying everything I had really peeled up the edges of the liquid latex, so I went back in with liquid latex again to add an additional layer to really try and keep the edges as flat and smooth as possible. So then I decided to go back in with the Fit Me powder again, but then I was like, wait a second, let me just bust out this Airspun powder in the Extra Coverage Translucent, because that's also going to help lighten up the base a little bit. So I used that because it's nice, it's full coverage, and I have a ton of it, so I don't have to go through like the whole rest of what I had left of my Maybelline powder. And then whatever was left over, I just dusted off using a stippling brush, and then I grabbed the fake teeth and I started pushing them into the scar wax and creating the teeth bit of this mouth look. And then even though I did forget to show it, I did use the Glow Yeah Florence by Mills lip oil, and that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Kiss from a ducky, bye!